Alright, everyone, welcome back. So, today we are playing Monster Hunter World, and obviously I have the Iceborne DLC as well. It's been a while since I've played this, so it's gonna be a bit of a ride. I've never fully finished it, so we're just gonna do everything we kinda can. We're gonna just start from the beginning and get through like mainly all the main stuff. But we're gonna work and try to get at least all the armor sets, and all that jazz. So let's get into it.
Sisters and brothers of the Fifth Fleet, it's time. I'll keep my farewell brief.
And I
Never
think
was
with
much
this,
with words.
we'll probably switch over
Once you
to.
board this ship, there's
We'll
no
probably do
turning
Monster
back.
Hunter Rise.
The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the New World.
So we'll just see how.
If any of you have lost
We'll
your
see how
nerve,
things go.
then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Sometimes you have to poke apart. They can be very dangerous. Good friend.
Yo! Did you hear? We're almost there. You ready to grab this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. It feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What? No way! So are we! Hey! Tell us your name!
Yeah, the non-skippable cutscenes do kind of get annoying, but we at least. Oh, good lord. Anyway, the non-skippable cutscenes do kind of get annoying on occasion. But it's like, what can you do? And I really don't like to, more or less, I really don't like to screw around a lot with a lot of things, because you can see customization can be pretty crazy. But anyway, so we just get through all this and just kind of leave it all alone, because meh. Alright, yeah, that's right. Fine. Anyway, so let's have default stuff. Anyway, so now we're done with that. We get to make our cat. Little cat companion. And these little guys are gonna be with us for basically the entire game. Make them fluffy. Woof. That seems a little excessive. So we're gonna go back. Too far. Alright. So we're also gonna go ahead and reduce the length as well, because apparently Kitty is... There we go. That doesn't look as jarring. I'm very much partial to black cats. Because it honestly doesn't... It doesn't matter to me, because... Or you could just hit no pattern, that's right. Should we go? Let's see. Should we do giant expressive eyes? Soulful kitty eyes. No, I think the green or the yellow-ish works. I like that better. You can see it more. These look like they belong on a dog or a fox, not a cat. It's kind of similar with these, but I've seen cats with Let's see, let's give him some personality. Maybe there's more. Ah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the naming part's gonna be a little bit... No. There we go. Now we can see. So the naming part's a little bit difficult for me, because I'm kind of bad with names. And I really can't... Well... Let's see... I don't want to spend too much time on trying to figure out a freaking name. What? Yep. Alright, there we go. Cat is done. So yeah, once we finish up with this, we'll look at doing Monster Hunter Rise next.
So, how about a toast?
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
Hold on.
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason.
But being... I mean, normally I would be streaming Dead by Daylight today, but the winter
After running the
event
Research
is
Commission for 40-odd years, the Guild's
basically
itching for an
taking
answer.
part.
They
It's
say
basically
the
over.
Fifth Fleet's got the best shot
I've
cracking this case.
only got like
And I
2
agree.
challenges left
Keep it
on the
down.
tone,
Hey,
and
speaking
it
of,
doesn't...
A-listers usually operate in teams of
But I got
two.
all the rewards
Have you
for it.
sat down with your partner
So
yet?
there's really not much left for me to actually do. There, except for just work on grinding out blood points for
Listen to that.
Survivor and Killers.
Getting rough out there. The waves are picking up. And that's gotta mean landfall. You're on the A-list, right?
So
Meowdy-do.
we just gotta
I'm
figure
not
out.
psychic, but I do have pretty good ears. Ah, put her there. I happen to be an A-lister myself. Oh, whoa!
The only individual that really kind of annoys me in this game is her. She's like overly cheerful for no reason. It's like, I get it, it's exciting, but still. And it's never a good sign when a giant mountain just all of a sudden comes out of the water. And to be honest, the first time I played this, I was like, wait a minute, I've spent all day long, or all that time, excuse me, I spent all that time customizing the damn cat, only to lose it before I even get a chance to start to do anything? Like, what? Alright, so... You normally don't want to be walking on
Anybody there?
basically a giant volcano.
Oh, hey, it's you! Look what happened to the ship! We have to do something!
Like, what? It's a giant ship with bones.
It's not safe
used as its used as part of the support, of the primary support. Like, this thing is heavy. How do you think we're gonna be able to push the thing off the rock? But anyway.
We need to get out of here. I've got an idea. This way.
Whoa!
Watch yourself.
Rocks, rocks, and more rocks.
Hurry!
Ow.
Oh,
Boop.
wow. Lions. Ugh. I didn't think my first encounter would be filled with so much packing. Shoo! Shoo! This way! No. The ground's moving again.
I mean, mountains normally don't move like this.
We're on. I knew it. Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing. Come on. Let's go.
And we go jump. Knowing the type of person I am, I would have let them just drop into the ocean. Like, we're close enough, you'll be in the water, you'll be fine. But obviously, plot points. But anyway, we're gonna have to figure out.
The new world.
We're gonna have to figure out some more. We're gonna have to figure out some more, like, some more games to be able to play. Just to make sure things get a little, or like,
Huh? No.
just to make sure we don't get bored.
What's this? Somebody
Let's
must
just
have set up this camp.
Let's just ignore the walking mountain for a tent.
I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least.
I mean, to be honest, a big thing about
Looks
this,
like we're right around here.
about Monster Hunter games, is the exploration.
The
Exploration.
Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock.
Because
For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
looking at everything, there's a lot of places to kind of discover. And
Come
whatnot.
here!
But to be honest, when this game came out, and even now, the graphics and the designs are extremely well done. They're very beautiful. And it shows like a great deal of
Look! The Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
it shows there's a large amount of detail for this game. And it's extremely impressive.
According to the map, to get to HQ, we need to...
Now the weird thing is, it literally sends us in a different direction. Because if you open the map,
These Aptonoths seem every bit as docile as the ones back home.
I mean, we only have one path that we can follow through here. But there's a path that's supposed to open up here.
It looks like we
Later
need to
on.
go around.
Because reasons. And plot points. Look, a large one. You have to go back over here.
Something's up. The scout flies are gathering.
There we go. Let's go. But yeah, there are different little things, and your little scoutfly thing, scoutfly
What a weird
Things.
plant.
can help guide you.
There's one over here too.
They'll help you.
Come
They
on.
basically make
I
it.
think I found the way back to base.
They basically help you track
I
monsters
had
and
the
whatnot.
scout flies memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me,
And
just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead
Also,
you
like
right
different
to me.
things that are like pieces of interest, like gathering points and whatnot, which is pretty good. It can help you. It can help you keep
We
track
can
of
push our way through these vines.
easily keep track of monsters. I like how they call them vines, but those aren't vines. Those are freaking roots. Like that was closer to solid wood than solid dried out wood than forestation. Like you're in unknown territory and you think it's a smart idea to randomly go in the woods to without any further information.
Don't pick a fight if you don't have a weapon. You need to hide. Come on, this way. Hurry!
Oop.
Stay low in the brush to remain hidden.
I know some of this is like either it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. And these guys probably would have already smelled us,
Quietly.
so they know.
Okay, the coast is clear. Let's get going while we still can.
So, but yeah, this is like bark. These are like actual trees, like trees. And I like how they call it a forest, but it's really a jungle. It looks more like a tropical jungle
Nothing can stop us.
than a actual forest. But yeah. But slow. That's why computer controlled characters
What
are
is
so
this
annoying.
track?
But yeah, we can find
There's more over
things
there.
that,
Let's check it out.
you know, for tracking and whatnot, footprints and other various things. They can help us keep track of the monsters, or find them. Like again, another situation where you literally just ran in without any thought whatsoever, and now you have to come to the rescue.
This way, hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Move.
And it's like, again, did you not learn your lesson with the smaller ones,
Move.
and now the big one's actually here?
That is not good.
And
waiting for?
hello,
Get over here.
T-Rex. That's gonna nom on Lizard.
Come on!
Jump!
Like seriously.
Hey,
You alright?
let's go.
Okay.
But it's like, really? You didn't learn your lesson from when the small ones were there?
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a Stera right here.
Stera. I like it.
The rest of the Fifth are already here. You're the last to arrive.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice
need to
and
take
low.
off your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it.
Be right back. You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
All's well that ends well.
Hey, we need a hand!
Sorry.
Come on.
Catch you later.
This here's our trade yard. I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
Incredible, right? We've got it all here. We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission. Wait here a sec. Commander, I found him.
Welcome to Astera.
Alright. So, now we can actually start getting into this. Have to bring it to speed. Well, in 8 directions, a walking mountain literally came through the area. So yeah, you're gonna be split in. But here it is, almost a half hour, and we haven't even gotten into really doing anything
Your reputation
worthwhile.
has preceded you.
But the beauty about Monster Hunter games, you don't have to have played any of the previous ones to know what you're doing. Because they're all kind of like, we're gonna be on our own separate thing.
Well, off you go.
Okay, I'll give you the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your Palico. This is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should drop by later to see what they have.
But anyway. But yeah,
Next is the smithy. It's this way.
and sort of like each of
Over here.
the games themselves have like their own central kind of
The
theme
Commission's
to
Fifth
them.
Fleet, right? The old man in charge.
This one
my
is more
grandfather,
about,
was with the
like,
first. That
your-
was a long time ago. Me, I'm not with any fleet. Born and bred right here.
Like, this is,
Never even been to the
as
old
they
world.
keep calling it, the New World. It's basically an entirely new continent that was discovered.
Here's our smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
Wow! Look at this place. Want to check it out? Ooh, it's toasty in here.
Want to get going?
The canteen? I am so there.
Yep. there are some things where it's like, wow, really, girl?
Over here.
Like, you've had multiple brushes with death, and you're worried about food.
This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there!
Little cats running around.
You!
Like, hugging her? She was straight yeeted you off the ship. Like, you're not
Right.
her,
We're calling
Palico.
for a council.
You're mine.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now that you are all here, let us begin council. After tracking a migrating Elder Dragon across the sea, the Fifth Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course,
sir.
things go.
Ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros, a huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back.
So, living volcano.
The Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time. Altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake. Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
I mean, one of the
With the
questions
Fifth's
is
help,
why
we
do you
will
call it
find
wanted
the missing
destruction?
link.
Here, here.
They literally
Now
just
we're
do
talking.
whatever they want. Most of them aren't even.
Hunters, for the time
They
being,
wouldn't even really
I
be
need you to
aggressive
focus
if
on
you didn't
investigating our
weren't hunting
Jagras
them.
problem and securing Astera. Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, then we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking.
Yes.
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
The Fifth's banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise.
Okay.
All right, dismissed.
Alright.
Over here.
Now we go into a room. Our room. Where we're gonna be staying. Literally just a. Literally just a shack.
We've placed some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
Let's do this. Alright. I've never been partial to sword and shield, to most of the melee ones. I like the... Let's see. Nope, okay, let's see that. I like the ranged ones. Bowguns are probably my favorite for these. Let's see, we also have... other items. This is just included in the Iceborne or not Iceborne, the DLC. And it has it, and a lot of armor and equipment have like different skills attached to them. Like here, it's hunger resistance, which just basically it just keeps your stamina from decreasing as often. And then so basically it takes the normal time where your stamina starts to just, the actual cap decreases, then it'll take, it takes basically half as long.
Want to get going?
Or it takes...
Once you're ready, head to the canteen. I'll be
Like
there
it,
waiting with a quest.
You can get more familiar with your weapons at the training area.
Basically, it takes longer for it to... for your stamina to decrease by half of what it normally
Handlers
does,
sort through the research commission's leads,
versus...
and the ones they deem worth our attention become quests.
Hey!
So like as it increases, basically it takes
Over here!
twice as long for your stamina cap to start decreasing, and then at level 3, it just doesn't decrease anymore. That you're not really gonna have to worry about, because you're basically just kind of... you're literally just not having to worry about it. And there are things that you can use that'll increase your stamina cap,
Listen up.
or that'll increase your stamina. Well, yeah. You can eat certain... you can use
Now
certain
that's
items to...
What this world needs is harmony.
Sorry, I'm going a bit too fast. I'm trying to just get through a lot of this hubbub. But basically, you can use certain items to increase your stamina, and by doing so, you can run for longer periods. You can dodge more often. You can... there's just a fair amount of stuff that you can do.
My.
Blah, blah, blah. This is where you can get like pre-made stuff. Some items and armor. Some weapons and armor unlock over time. But most of the stuff you're gonna have to get with materials. And look, God, look, makes it look like a cat. And eating food gives you basically bonuses that you can use on the hunt, on your various quests, and they just kind of give you various positive effects that can really help you out.
Right on time. Oh yeah.
So basically,
What are we waiting for? The new world awaits.
so as we keep going, assigned quests basically are a one and done situation. Like, once you do it, it's done, it's over with. You can do things like exploration, like going out into zones and then finding and tracking monsters so you can get... so you can, like, get additional quests. Like, as, investigations or optional stuff. And those can just be done over and over again. So you can even just go out and explore just to hunt monsters. Now the monsters are gonna appear. The monsters that are there are going to be a bit more random, and you're also gonna have to. There's more of a limit of time. There's a time limit that they have because they've been. If it takes too long, for you to hunt a monster, they'll leave the area. So it's just like, it's always best to try to get a quest to hunt them than to do exploration for hunts. But explorations can be important to get different types of hunts or quests and investigations to make sure that you're able to just go. And since this is basically online, you can get other people to join. Like, it's the same thing with other monster hunters. It isn't meant to just always be solo. It can be done, but it's not. Some of them, like, if you do take them on solo, they're significantly more difficult because the easier strategies to beating certain monsters require multiple people. Even though the more people that are in the quest increases its difficulty.
Rule number 1. Complete the objective to complete the quest.
So it's like a good trade-off. You got more people, so the monsters can be stronger and is more difficult
Each
to
quest has an objective. You can't
get taken down.
Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jagras. Let's check the map. We ran into some Jagras on the way to base.
So,
the small monsters, remember? I think we saw
but yeah,
them
you have
somewhere
your
around
objective,
here. Wanna check it out?
and everything has a time limit,
Rule number 2. Use the supply box.
and you can only have a certain number
us with a loadout of certain items
feints.
for each quest.
So like, when your HP drops to 0,
They're in the supply box over
you get
there.
taken back
Have a
to
look and decide what you
the
should take
camp
along.
that you spawned in.
Ready to go.
And once you
Oh yeah. Hey partner.
go down a certain number of times, it only allows you to faint a certain number of times before it just kicks you from the quest. So some quests you had to be a little bit more careful than others. Now the supply box basically gives you items that can be useful to it. Like, it gave us a ration, or it gives us easy rations and first aid meds, which are basically like usable only in the quest.
Want to get going?
So,
Want to get going?
as the
Uh-huh.
it also helps. It also has like if you have a
Be careful.
bow gun like I do, and you don't have a specific ammo type, then you can easily pick it up from that box. And the supply box is basically shared with all players. So if you take all the items and you can't really use them, then you're basically taking them away from teammates that could possibly use them. And there's an auto-craft
Ready your weapon
system.
before attacking. Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn.
There's an auto-craft
When you're
system,
investigating
so
or
where,
gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
so like
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions
Like
on
here.
the wildlife map for you.
this is an herb, and it's used to make potions, and I have 10 potions down from collecting some of them, but we take it, and
can gather honey and mix it
I
with
have
potions
herbs.
to make mega potions.
to be able to craft regular potions. And you can use honey to turn potions into mega potions. And it automatically makes them if they're set to automatically done. So things like things like this
Over
needleberry.
here!
I can pick it up and boop. Oh, I'm full on ammo. But you can use it to make ammo in the middle. Now, there is a bug somewhere.
Over here!
I know it is around here. Oh, wait a minute, no, it's back here. Somewhere. Where are you, bug? Like, apparently it's up there.
Over here!
Like, there are different paths that you can take, and you just have to find them. I've never been able to...
A pack of Jagras. Those are the monsters we're after.
So,
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
here we go, we can just attack. You see the little ring here? With the targeting thing? That just means I'm at the most effective range for my weapon. And when you hit... When you hit enemies, they take damage. And they take damage depending on, like, where you hit them. So... Some places are going to be more vulnerable to damage than others. So... Alright, we got one. We got two.
They're on the run. Don't let them get away. Grab all the monster materials you can.
Oh, wait a minute,
Use
didn't
them
want to do
in
that. We sheath. And we carve. And this is a big part. Like, you get materials from monsters.
Over here!
So, large monsters give you more material than anything else. You get, like, 3 carves from them. So it's like... So you can get basically 3 pieces of material. But they're like various material nodes that you get, that you can find. But the large monsters are the ones that give you like some of the biggest bang for your buck, and they're the ones that give you like the primary components to get your gear.
Whoops.
And these little things are flash fly things, as you can tell.
Use whatever you can.
Though it makes a bright flash that you can use to disorient. Enemies.
You can switch to your slinger while aiming your weapon.
And that really works very well on some of the large monsters. Because if you, some of them, like, if they're getting ready to hit, like, their enraged state, you can easily set them, you can basically...
Dodge their attacks.
You can delay
Don't
them.
want to take hits like that head on.
And you just, as you're doing things, you just kind of dodge and weave. Now, bowguns automatically reload when you use them, when you fully use up their ammo. Or when you sheath and unsheath your weapon.
Keep it together, okay?
There we go. See? All done. And then it gives you time
Let's
to
head home and report back to the old man.
kind of grab up materials, because you got like you got a minute to do it. So it's like, here he is, getting some material that can be used. And, you know, you can just kind of look around the area, try to see what else is there. If you find a material, you can try to get it. But we got like 10 seconds left, so there's really no reason for any further exploration. And there we go! Quest number 1 done! And here is just basically like reward stuff. And then you also have items like that are gathered by your little cat. And those are just additional rewards. And your little friend has their own little level, and they can, and as it goes up, they deal more damage, and they take less damage. The one thing that's good about them is that even if they get knocked out, they come back, they revive themselves, which is good. And then you see they have their little, you have a gadget thing there. That's just the special tool that your Palico is using. And there are multiple different ones that you can get in the game, and as you get them, you use them. As you get them and level them up, they become better. And they unlock new, like, abilities for them to use and stuff. Like, there's 3 abilities per gadget, and leveling them up makes them better. So, but each one has like their own. But there are different ones. There are like 5 different ones, and using them has like each of their own effects. So depending on like what you want to use, you can turn your Palico into something that's like a tank, or a support, or something that can deal damage, something that's like something that's kind of like a secondary support, or like something that can help gather materials from monsters while fighting them, and sort of like a healer. So you're able to, you can kind of get them, kind of stuff like that. Each one has its own like unlock function. So when you if you get, so you just kind of have to try to find it.
Alright, now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
So, let's see.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that's right. And right now they're doing like an event stuff. You have your lock-in bonus. It's just kind of the way it is. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Damn it. There we go. wanted to make sure that was off because the game has in-game voice chat.
Greetings.
So, and we're just getting like these kind of little side things going. So here we have our smithy, so we can look at making new weapons and armor, as well as upgrading them. Upgrading your equipment is important because if you don't, you're gonna get yourself killed. Like there's some enemies that you'll just die because of it. And you can upgrade like each armor and weapon piece has like their own amount that you can upgrade with. And these little armor sphere things you can get as rewards for quests, and they can help you upgrade to a specific point. And there are different ones, like the normal armor sphere just gives you a single point to upgrade, whereas the stronger versions give you even more. So here we can upgrade, let's see, this one, wait, what? This has some resistance? Oh, that's interesting. But anyway, anyway, so here you can upgrade your weapons, and obviously each weapon has its own tree. So as you're getting more materials, like if I go for this weapon, then I can't get this. Then basically everything from here, here, and here, I can no longer get because I've upgraded here. So you basically just have to, let's see, just go ahead and do the upgrade. But basically, you just have to think about what you're upgrading and how you're upgrading. So if you have multiple weapons you want to get from multiple different trees, you're gonna have to make like the base weapons equipment. So here we go. You can make weapons. So these are all the things that we can get, that we can make. Now, defender weapons are pretty strong. Let's see. But like you can see, they each had like their own different ammo type. Like their own various ammo types. So if you're using like the bow guns or the bow and arrow, you want to pay attention to that. So like certain hunts, if an enemy is going to be weak to like fire, you want to have a weapon that has fire ammo, that can use fire ammo. So it's just that kind of stuff. You can go ahead and just make this. Don't worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and make that. And so, like, each of them kind of have like their own little nuances. So And then you can kind of do the same thing with armor, because like here we have bone armor we can get, we have hunter armor that we can make. And like as things go, like here we only have, so you see the amount you have and the amount it requires to use. So you just wanna fill rate. Oh, that's for stealth, makes it slightly easier to lose sight of you. This makes it easier to click on instincts. Oh, anyway. But you have like basically different effects that these have. So let's go ahead and do this. And we can only make one more because we only have one hide. So we're gonna go ahead and make the arms because barbecuing is kind of meh. Increases chase of corpse. So the entomologist, so like, so it's just depending on like what materials you have. So like we can only make one bone armor. And then we have winter, like a winter set here. And each of these is like a piece of armor for that. You can make pendants, which are basically like they attach to your weapon and they kind of give it like a special look. And then you can make equipment for your cat. So right now, if I wanted to, if I had the points to spend, I could make this weapon, and it gives me a lot of ice. It gives me some ice damage. Like it's a pretty, like it's considered a kind of a strong weapon. Their weapons are going to be stronger, but you kind of get it. But like you have obviously weapons that favor close range attacks, whereas other weapons don't. And I don't understand why this weapon, it's a sword, favors ranged attacks. So, but in each like weapon and armor set has like its own unique resistances. So like, if a target has like fire damage, a weapon that gives you more defenses against that, you're actually going to be better off.
There you are, Fiber.
Layered armor stuff.
Stay tough.
Basically, it's like a cosmetic thing. But armor that helps reduce fire damage is going to be useful against enemies that have fire-based damage. So it's just finding the right combination of armor and weapons that can give you a pretty good advantage over your overall, or give you a pretty good advantage during a hunt. And now here we go. We got another quest, and this one has us looking for a specific item. So during the quest we just find those things, and it gives us more ingredients that we can use here for food. So,
Hey there, partner. Ah,
you basically
you can pick
have
up
the ability
quests from the quest board too.
So you can help improve things.
It lists the same quest that I've got, so don't worry about having to check two places.
Alright,
We're on the hunt.
so let's do this. And here you have, this is like you can change the online settings, so basically like you can host, you can kind of like be a host or whatnot. Session settings. Basically, if you're the host, you can change how it works, how like who can join and whatnot. Joining a quest means you can literally just join another player on one. So if like you're trying to hunt a specific monster, but you're trying to, but you don't have any quests currently, like optional or investigation, or any like quests that you can do alone, and you don't feel like trying to wait for people to join, you can try to join someone else's. And then just the regular post quest, which is your normal, because you have your various things. You have special events, so it's like all of these. There's one, let's see. A lot of these are extremely difficult. Let's see, because there's, let's see, there's that. They had a Final Fantasy XIV crossover event, and where you fought the Behemoth, and that quest was a nightmare. They still had they have this as, they have the extreme version of the event as the event, but I think it's like either optional. I think it's an optional at later point in times that you can get the regular one, but you can get but it's one of those where you actually have to play it out like it's from Final Fantasy XIV. Like, you have to play it out. You have to have someone as a tank, 2 people dealing damage, and 1 person as basically your healer support. So, it takes a coordinated effort with that. So here, we're going to do this. Lucky Voucher. Now, the Lucky Vouchers are basically like, it gives you additional rewards. You can take them. You don't need to worry about it, because we can literally just leave. Because it's early enough that you really don't need more people, unless you really want it.
Okay, our job is to cull a certain number of Kestodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going?
So, but anyway, we just kind of still do our thing. Jump.
Ah, there we are. Those, my friend, are Kestodon. Let's see you take him out on your own. Huh. Be careful.
This one can be a little bit annoying because they like to charge you. part of me always kind of feels bad for this one, because, you know, you're having to kill these guys, and I get it. This is something that could have been, like, you would normally see happen. You would normally see, like, this happening in, like, in certain, like, settings, but it's like here, it still kind of feels sad. It's one of the few things that it's like I don't take any enjoyment in when doing these types of, like, quests, especially since it's like an herbivore. It's supposed to be like an herbivore, so it's not really threatening. Now these little birds, you gotta be careful because they'll peck the bodies clean. So you really wanna get these done, but then you run the risk of getting hit. And every monster has like its own weak spot, and you can usually see the weak spot because the number is like glowing like a red or like an orange yellow. So when we do this, we do this sad detail.
All right, let's look for another group.
And the males you can just
Be careful. The Castodon are the least of your worries. There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest. The endemic life around here can come in handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about them.
So we just kind of go gather as much stuff as we can. And you always want to check around places because you can get things that like just give you, they call them like account items, but they're basically just give you extra points you can use to for upgrading and forging and stuff like that. So you just want to keep an eye out for stuff that you can gather.
Over here!
And over time you'll find some more stuff, like certain material nodes will, like mineral nodes, or as they call them, mining outcrops, will change and they'll give you a different type of material.
Over here!
So it's always worth just keeping an eye out for stuff.
Huh. Be careful.
So it's like here, you found fire herb, which creates fire ammo. Or it creates explosives, depending on how it's used. Neat. Here we go with 2. Whoop. See? sometimes it's a little bit risky going for the cars. But as you can see, the females aren't really... don't attack. So it's kind of easy to take care of them and carve around them. But the males obviously do attack. So, but yeah, finding the weak spots and finding the weak spots are like the ones that will deal the most damage. You just kind of pay attention to the number. So like hitting them head on only deals 4 damage to each, whereas hitting them like in the thigh dealt 9 damage. So they're weaker there than everywhere else. So it's like their heads obviously have that armor there.
Good work. That just about wraps up our work here. Wait.
So like, yeah, their
Hey,
heads
come here.
have that armor, so they
think I
deal
found
more,
something.
so they take less damage from that area. Here we have our little bone pile.
Here.
And this is where you get like, okay, so here's where you're
Look at those
tracking,
customs.
here's where you can track
Something's up here.
monster.
Now, now!
Gotcha! Alright, partner. New assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras. If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Wanna get going?
So yeah, this is where you can like kind of take time to...
If you need to call your friends for help, go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep
Yeah,
finding
like here
traces
you
of
get
it.
like...
Like footprints, for example. Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
So it's like here,
Okay.
we're tracking the
We've
monster,
tracked the
we're
Great
picking it up.
Jagras enough for the scout flies to lead us to it.
And so as we keep going, and we find more tracks, it allows us to better track them, and we can easily, we also can get other things like investigations and things that make it, basically getting tracks is good. Because we
You're
can
less likely
find,
to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
so like here we go. Let's see. Let's do this. Now a lot of monsters, their tail is the spot where you can get it cut off. And it gives you special materials for it. It basically can give you a tail material. Oh crap! Oh,
Dodge their
that hit me.
attacks. You don't want to take hits like that head on.
Like as weak. With this, you just kind of... Now there's some spots where it's like, the enemy is like, they're like breakable points. So like when you deal enough damage, it breaks the part, and it can actually decrease the amount of damage the monster can actually do.
Okay, the
Ow.
monster's tired. Now's your chance to deal some serious damage.
So, and now he's running away because we dealt some damage to him. Let's see. There we go. We finish some more slashing ammo. We're gonna go ahead and use potion just to heal up. Okay, that was some gather now. But like, you have various... I hate always sliding down places and missing something. Because here's a mushroom. There's supposed to be a bug around here. I think it's further up. Like, up a layer. So... But like this guy, he can, like you see, he has kind of a big belly there. That's an area where he's weak, and that you can damage, but he will deal more damage because he has more weight.
Land your claw on a monster to grab it.
So, the more we hit this area, the more damage it's actually gonna... Woo! See? Something like that happens. But your Palico has a tool that can help heal you. So... So the real goal is to try to damage this area as much as possible. Oh crap! And you see
Monster's been immobilized. Now's your chance.
we broke a part of it. And certain weapons are, like, much more useful to use. Like, see? That happened.
Watch out when a monster's in range. It's better to hold off on your claw until things calm down a bit.
Oh boy, the monster's really mad now.
Yeah, so... certain enemies, they do that. We can just go ahead and let's see.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
I mean, as you can see, he's like limping away. So that means we're pretty close to killing him.
Run out of stamina, you'll be winded and vulnerable. Veteran hunters know to always keep an eye on that gauge.
So we just kind of follow so we can finish him off. Now the sticky ammo is like an explosive ammo, so you kind of... It can be used to... like, this little red thing here.
You can use that as slinger ammo. Great for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction. That's a piercing pod, a powerful type of slinger ammo. That's able to pierce the thick shell of monsters.
And that's the one thing about kind of like some of these hunts. You can get yourself easily pinned to a spot. And these little guys... Ooh. See?
Oh boy, that monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
And there we go. First actual hunt done.
Okay.
Now I don't think we broke his
Report to the old
stomach,
man.
because sometimes it's hard to tell. But usually sometimes when you break a piece of a monster, they will drop an item, or not drop an item, drop a piece of material. And other times, they're... But the main purpose of it is to weaken their... weaken the monster to make it easier to kill. I didn't kill this guy. But I did, apparently. So... But that's done.
I think we got a lead.
Yeah, it's pretty much all in all, like...
Let's check it out.
Like, this is kind of how things go. You, kind of go around with the story, or at least with the story. One thing always leads to another.
Well, you were right. There's our mark.
And this guy's pretty annoying
Something's got him
because
agitated. Look over
he
there.
can poison you.
What in the heck is that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
It's a flaming
I'd like
rock.
to find out.
What else do you expect?
But we better report back first. All right?
But yes, that flying chameleon thingy, he's pretty annoying. He can be pretty annoying. But you can cut his tail off. You can also break his head. And so here we are, like, we have bonus rewards from things, and our Palico got us a couple of bones. We get additional money and points. And then we get increased research levels, so those basically are like, it helps give you more information about it. So like, weak points and whatnot, and the like, what it's weak to, what's most effective against it, all that kind of stuff. And those usually increase as you not only hunt the monster,
I see.
but also getting its tracks. So it's just a matter of like finding monster tracks and hunting monsters and just increasing those research levels. That way you just get more and more information on them.
Want to get going?
Once the camp is set up, you can go after that Puke Puke.
Alright.
Wonder where the resource center is.
Now there's an armor set here that's like incredibly good. It's basically like the best armor set in the game, because it gives you a pretty good damage boost from its effect, but for the life of me, I've never been able to find it or get
That
it.
reminds me. Have a good.
Alright.
Want something making?
And that clutch claw thing was basically just go ahead and do this. Don't really need to worry about it because, let's see, I don't have a Jagger side. But, let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. Retained. Gotcha. I'll go ahead and do that. But, anyway. Just do that. No, we didn't want to do that. But, anyway. Let's see. So as things go, let's see, Great Driver Street, yeah. So you see, I could, if I have more materials, I could get this upgrade. But, anyway. What was I saying? Brain, why are you stupid? Okay, so basically, just working on, like, getting... Gotta buy that. Or get that. Even though it's not gonna use it. But, but basically, once we, the real issue, is like trying to... I completely lost my train of thought there. My brain is not... I was doing too many things at the same time. But basically, as you're making weapons and armor, particularly armor, keep in mind, like, what your... like, the various defenses it has. So, like, if you're going to... So, fighting certain enemies are going to require me to have certain resistances. And as a result, if I don't, then I'm probably going to die. Now I could cheat and just use the Guardian Alpha plus set, because that'll just give me a crap ton of positive stats. But the issue is, more or less, it's not. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway. So basically, I would have way too many high stats, so I wouldn't. So it's like I'm not really going to use anything else as a result, and I don't want to do that. Now there's a couple of optional quests, or there's an optional quest that's coming up. Like here we have some more to talk to.
Good to see you. Good luck.
Yes?
But here's where you can easily
I'll be
check.
here.
Like, look at the research levels here. Basically, at level 2, we get at level 2, we get material info, scoutfly bonus, and point bonus. So basically, we get more points from it. We know what better material we got. So like here, we check, and we can only check out like the description of it, and like weakness and stuff. So like here, you can see his front leg is breakable, his stomach is breakable, and his head is breakable. And those are also his weak points. Usually weak points are going to be breakable anyway, but...
Oh, you are too good to me.
So as we look and find, or so as
Don't let
we
me down.
do more for tracking... Let's see, register bounties. Bounties are basically like... Alright, so... Let's just secure the campsite. Bounties are basically
Okay,
like
let's
your,
get this expedition underway. Meet me at the gate.
that we don't need. Here we could just kind of do all this stuff. Alright, there's mega potions, we put those in.
You can embark on an expedition just by heading out through the gate. Or
So,
you can use the world map.
And then here we have
Whatever's easiest for
crafting.
you.
Nutrients increases your max health. Yeah, different types of things like tinged meat, you can set a trap and it can cause the enemy or the monster that eats it to become paralyzed. And you have recovery ammo here, so basically recovery, demon, and armor ammo do is basically, they're like a support effects. So you can use recovery ammo and basically kind of play the part of healer and hit your allies to basically keep healing them. Though you still only have a limited amount to them. So it's not really the best to use. We will need to bring nutrients. But basically, what we need to do... But right now, we're just kind of... We're gonna go ahead and do... Yawning. We're gonna go ahead and... Let's see, wait a minute. That's... Okay, that was just 3 Jaggers. Jaggers, 3. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. We're not gonna worry about using the voucher, because we're not actually going for a hunt. But this is just... to get this out of the way, and get extra ingredients. Now, when we go to hunt the Puke Puke, we're gonna definitely eat food. And we're gonna try to pay attention, we're gonna try to make sure we keep an eye on...
Your goal on this quest is to obtain and deliver some materials. Step 1, go find some.
We can just basically take what we need from that. Since we're doing this solo, we're not gonna really... We don't really need to worry about, like, wasting stuff. Because, like, here... Obviously we have Jagras, or the Great Jagras footprint. And we can continue to increase the research levels with it, but just not hunt it, because it's not what we're looking for. We can also grab... Like, when you're doing these kinds of quests, where it's more about exploration and searching, you can take things in... You can take things like a little bit more of a... and more of a gathering... like a searching and gathering kind of pace. So we're supposed to be looking for shroom caps, and these obviously are not it, but we're still going to gather them anyway, because points still are pretty important. But we're probably going to have to head further in to the forest to find them. But since our goal isn't to hunt the Jagras, we're just gonna... Like, we know where he is, so we're not gonna hunt him. We don't need to hunt him. What we're gonna do... But we're almost maxed out on our searching again for it, so... Like, there's prints. So we just kind of pass through. We don't really... do anything to agitate them.
Now this is interesting. Let's report our findings to everyone at the resource
So we
center
got
when we
a
get back.
so we got an investigation. So that means we can hunt this guy again. But there sometimes the hunt has like its own special rules. So we're just getting a lot of that and the shrooms that we're looking for. So we can easily take care of that. Because it's all about searching. Alright, so let's see, where does this take us? So this looks like I think we accidentally found something that... Alright, so enough screwing around. There's antidotes. That's... So here is what we were looking for.
Perfect. You've got the materials you need. I'll mark where you found these on the wildlife map.
So because my
You
pallet
can
cook out
assign
is
a
on...
target destination for your scout flies on the map.
Now, we're not gonna go after him right now. Even though he's there. Because our goal is the mushrooms. Alright. So the mushrooms grow further up. Because he spent quite a bit of time looking for them. It's kind of going around randomly. So we're going to go ahead and focus on finding them. And we're going to ignore Toxic. We're going to ignore the Toxic monster. Here's another shroom. So just... let's see... Let's, that... Here we go. Got some more. So we only need 5 more now. And usually when a material node like this glows, you're gonna typically you're going to find something a little bit rarer. Here we go, 1920. So we almost got it. We literally just need one more. And that's because it decided not to give us one more. It's because it decided not to give us the one. Alright. But yeah, it decided not to give us the last. Okay. It decided not to give us the last shroom. So it's like, we gotta look for another cluster. Yep, we did find the place that we were supposed to be. Yeet. Okay. There we go. I can understand why we do that. Right. Stick some ivy. Here we go. Hopefully this be it. Here we go. Now we just pack. Now usually these types of gathering quests, they end pretty quickly, so but oh well. So we got two ingredients. We got the one from the quest line, and then the little bit extra for the additional rooms. So we'll have more on that along the
Okay,
lines.
let's get this expedition underway. Meet me at the gate.
But I think this is a good spot to stop for the evening, because it does take a while to get going. And
You can embark on an expedition
this is the
just by heading
beginning
out through the gate.
of
Or you can
just
use
the
world
beginning of the
map.
game.
Whatever's easiest
Plus,
for you.
we may go to a different one next week. So we're just looking, seeing, feeling things out, because trying to find something else to put in. So things may be a little bit shorter than normal, but once we find something, we can get going. We can really get going. Thank you all for dropping by, and thank you everyone who is gonna watch this